Hello students, today we will be going over 9.1, adjacent and vertical angles. Our objective, I can identify adjacent and vertical angles. First of all, we're going to define an adjacent angle. They are two angles which have a common side and a common vertex. Okay, so we write two angles that have a common side, and again this is page 183 in your bright pink packet. They have a common side and a common vertex. And by vertex, it's the point where the angle meets. That's a vertex right there. You can think of it as like if you have, you can think of it as like if this is your mouse, it's like the nose of a mouse right there, okay? So here's an example of two angles that are adjacent. This is angle A, this is angle B. And see, they share this one side right here. And then they have a common vertex right here. So that's angle A. Actually, you usually put it like that. Angle A, and that's angle A and angle B. Okay? And these technically should have arrows too. Okay? Vertical angles is a pair of angles formed by two intersecting lines. And they're always congruent. Do you know what congruent means? Congruent looks like this. Little squiggly line above and the equal sign. And they are always congruent. That means they have the same measure. So they're equal. Okay? So an example of that, there's angle A and there's angle B. So we can say angle A and B are vertical and angle A and B are congruent. Next, we'll go on to a couple of problems. Let's go ahead and jump to number 2. And right now it says, decide if the following angles are vertical or adjacent. I'll let you do number 1. I will go on to number 2 here. Okay, so number 2, let's see, A and B are right next to each other. They share this side and they have the same vertex. So by definition, these two, A and B, are adjacent. Angles. Okay. Number 3, see how these are one line right here, one line right there? So they're formed by two intersecting lines. And they are congruent, so they have to be vertical. And I will let you just put vert for vertical. Next, for number 5 on the next page, says identify the relationship and find the measure of the unknown angle. Now, a full circle we know is how many degrees? 360, that's correct. So we're going to add all of these up together and they should equal 360. So if I say 293 plus 38 plus B, that should equal 360. Okay, So I'm going to combine 293 and 38, and that's going to give me 331. So 331 plus B equals 360. And then I use my problem solving skills, minus 331, minus 331, and I know that B equals 29 degrees. Oh, I think I forgot to put the relationship between them. Well, B and 38 degrees, they're right next to each other. They share this side, and they have a common vertex. So it would have to be adjacent, and I'll let you put ADJ for adjacent, okay? Number 6, 2 intersecting lines again, so it's got to be vertical, and we know vertical angles are congruent, so B has to equal 71 degrees. Okay. All right, let's go on. We're going to move down to the bottom of page 183. Whoops. Identify the relationship and solve for x here. Okay, so I see that there's one intersecting line, so these are vertical. Now, we know that vertical angles are congruent, so I can set these equal to each other. 3x plus 2 equals 35 degrees. And I don't need to really write degrees right there, but I did. So we're going to go minus 2, and we're just going to use our problem solving skills. We're going to solve for x. And x equals 11, okay? The last one I'm going to do for you is number 12. And I don't see intersecting lines, and I see that they share a side right here, and they share the vertex right there. So these have to be adjacent. And ADJ is good for adjacent. Now, we know that all of it together equals 360. So I'm going to go 300 plus 27 plus x minus 42 equals 360. Now I go 300 plus 27 minus 42 on this side. I don't have a calculator, so you can just do it on your own. You can pause the video if you need to. X plus, if you add all those on the same side, it's 285 equals 360. Minus 285, minus 285, x equals 75. So adjacent angles, x equals 75, okay? Don't forget to finish the rest of this page and go on to the next one. You can do it, students. You rock.